وَمَا يَكُونُ لَنَا أَن نَعُودَ فِيهَا إِلَّا أَن يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ رَبُّنَا. And they then repeat this assertion that we did it only because Allah guided us. So no amount of pressurization and punishment at your hands is going to change our mind. Why not pray to Allah? Our hearts and our minds are in His hands. If He so decides and when He so decides, we can change our stance, because we already changed the stance facing such bitter situation. So if we can do that once, for the sake of Allah, if we can accept all this which is being easy out at your hand, why shouldn't we do it? If Allah so desires us, for a better way of for a better and easier and more comfortable life here on this earth. Because the moment we renegade from this new message and return to you, we will be treated with open arms and love at your hands, and it is an easier course. But the only problem, the only difficulty is that we can't do it without the permission of Allah. So we better pray to Allah, we should change our hearts, so we will return you all right. Return to you all right, if so happens. But he warns them, رَبَّنَا افْتَحْ بَيْنَنَا وَبَيْنَ قَوْمِنَا بِالْحَقِّ وَأَنْتَ خَيْرُ الْفَاتِحِينَ, turns to God, leaving them alone, and says, "Oh our Lord, you know that we are right, and it is you who can bring about a clear judgment. Bring a clear judgment upon the people so that right is distinguished from the wrong. So we pray thee, you bring about that final judgment, and the right is distinguished ultimately from the wrong." So what happened in the end? The same story is being repeated. فَكَذَّبُوهُ فَأَخَذَتْهُمُ الرَّجْفَةُ فَأَصْبَحُوا فِي دَارِهِمْ جَاثِمِينَ. They continued to reject Shu'aib, but they called him a liar. So a violent earthquake seized them, and in their homes they lay prostrate upon the ground. Now we come to the first Pharaoh. According to the Holy Quran, وَقَالَ الْمَلَأُ مِنْ قَوْمِ فِرْعَوْنَ أَتَذَرُ مُوسَى وَقَوْمَهُ لِيُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَيَذَرَكَ وَآلِهَتَكَ قَالَ سَنُقَتِّلُ أَبْنَاءَهُمْ وَنَسْتَحْيِي نِسَاءَهُمْ وَإِنَّا فَوْقَهُمْ قَاهِرُونَ. It was suggested to Pharaoh by the elders of his people that if you leave Moses alone and his followers, they would create disorder in the land, and yazaraka wa alihata, and they will leave worshipping you, bowing before you, prostrating before you, and those gods whom you are worshipping. That is how the first Pharaoh was excited and incited against the believers of that time to take stern actions. And very interestingly, this is exactly what has happened in Pakistan recently. Delegation upon delegation of ulama approached the present head of Pakistan, who was then the military dictator, the supreme ruler of Pakistan, and took exactly this position before him. He said, if you leave Ahmadis alone, they would renounce your authority. They would turn against you as well and bring about a revolution in the country. And and also they will lead people astray from their religion, and envy is going to spread very fast. These are the two real dangers. Religious dangers to us, the religious leaders, and political danger to you who has misappropriated the authority and become the ultimate in the political power in Pakistan. So these were the two reasons how he was convinced. And this is exactly the position taken by the government of Pakistan before other governments when they protested against this inhuman treatment of Ahmadis at their hands. And we have written proof pouring in from all sides, from many countries of the world, that in the written statements to the foreign offices of many countries where Ahmadis protested through their governments against this ill treatment of Ahmadis to the government of Pakistan, the reply was, as received by Ahmadis, and I have got hundreds of such letters with me, that the government of Pakistan tells us that they were compelled, they were left with no choice. It was stated by the ulama that a situation has arisen where if Ahmadis are not checked, their message will spread, they will create disorder in the land, and because we were afraid of disorder in the land, so we were left with no choice but to take these extreme measures. This has been admitted in so many words, in those letters as well as in that so-called white or black paper which has issued by the government of Pakistan. So the history is repeating itself in every detail. Again, it is said about Moses and his followers, how they were treated. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا مُوسَى بِآيَاتِنَا وَسُلْطَانٍ مُبِينٍ إِلَى فِرْعَوْنَ وَهَامَانَ وَقَارُونَ فَقَالُوا سَاحِرٌ كَذَّابٌ فَلَمَّا جَاءَهُم بِالْحَقِّ مِنْ عِندِنَا قَالُوا اقْتُلُوا أَبْنَاءَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مَعَهُ وَاسْتَحْيُوا نِسَاءَهُمْ وَمَا كَيْدُ الْكَافِرِينَ إِلَّا فِي ضَلَالٍ. And the second verse which I have recited is applicable to the situation. It says, and when he came to learn the truth from us, they said, slay the sons of those who have believed with him, and let their women live. But the design of the disbelievers is but a thing wasted. This is the policy adopted by the opponents of Ahmadiyya today in Pakistan, that their women should be spared and their men should be killed. And a plot was hatched about 2 years ago, about which we reported to the government of Pakistan as well, and also we tried to frustrate that plan as best as we could, that the men of the able-bodied men among Ahmadis should be slaughtered, and their children and women should be spared. This is exactly the heinous plan which was hatched at the time of Pharaoh by his people. So in every respect, word for word, the same story is being repeated, not the same story of one single prophet, but the same story of all prophets put together. This is why the Holy Quran says there is a Rasulu Khitat. Referring to the time of Hazrat Masih Maud, the latter days, the Holy Quran says that would be the time when all the prophets of God would be raised. How could they be raised? They are dead, they have gone, passed away, and gone back to their Lord. They will be raised in the repetition of the stories and tales which occurred at that time. That is the meaning of that raising of the old prophets. Their times would be revived. All that happened to them would happen to those people who would be godly people at the time. Now, answer to, again, we read, Pharaoh threatened them and said,